And welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. We are so happy to welcome Jen Walensik and Dee Rondinella, both from the Stark County District Library. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Susie.
morning.
Always fun when you're here. And, first of all, let's start with the fact that libraries have kind of had to reinvent themselves. Would you agree with that statement?
Very much so.
Dee, you've worked in the library system for how many years, may I ask?
Close to 23 years.
And over those 23 years, what was a library like 23 years ago compared to today?
23 years ago, our database system was paid by the minute. So every time a student at the university went to look up an article, the university paid for it by the minute, and it was extremely limited. So if you think about that today, where internet access is everywhere and potentially for free, and the amount of databases and actually professional articles that are available right out there at your fingertips, it's changed dramatically.
So completely different. And, well, I go back to thinking of college when you had to do some kind of a research of something. You spent days and days and days in the library, where now you can kind of do that on, at home on your phone or anywhere you want to be.
Most definitely.
So how do libraries continue to meet needs of people? You kind of have to identify new needs, don't you?
We do. We have to not just identify the academic needs that our students may need, but also the format of which is constantly changing and evolving. And so once we identify those really necessary subject matters that are predominant in our universities and our local high schools, then we are able then to study what kind of format they need and go for it from there. It's changed from your standard database where students could go and look something up in an article and then ask for the article. They can now access that all free and online straight through their library. And so that makes it a paper turn from a 3-month endeavor all the way down to what could be done very nicely in less than a week.
Do people still use periodicals? Do you still have that?
Most definitely. Periodicals are actually housed inside of databases. Mm-hmm. So articles, especially professional or juried articles, are very predominant in the field of research. So they're just housed in a different format.
And when I think of our area in particular, when we have so many awesome colleges and universities in every level, how do you work together? Do those libraries all work in tandem, or do you interact at all with the other libraries, or how does that all work?
Well, most often what we do is not try to replicate what the university is doing, because it's a double spending of our tax dollars. What we try to do is fill in those blanks. And right now we're working very in-depth with our high schoolers and our education systems throughout Stark County to make sure that we are meeting our high school needs. That's a good focus of ours. Our universities, when their students come in, most often what they're looking for are our standard databases, because they can get their specific field databases from the university. What they need is our technology assistance, and that's where we do our best to help them. In that respect.
You've done an awesome job because you've been recognized a couple of times. Jen, tell us about some awards you've recently received.
Yes, we were recently named a 2017 Top Innovator by the Urban Libraries Council. Only 10 libraries in the U.S. received this honor nationwide.
Wait a minute, in the entire United States?
Yes, this was nationwide.
Wow.
The 2017 Innovations Initiative showcases leading best and next practices for library services, and the winners were honored in October at the annual forum in St. Paul.
That's just amazing. So being an innovator, this really means that our very own Stark County Library is on the cutting edge and setting the pace for other libraries around the country to follow suit. Yes? Do I have that right?
Yes.
So what caught their attention in particular? I mean, it sounds like you really know what you're doing as far as technology and databases and so forth. What kinds of things caught their attention to award you?
Well, our winning initiative was the Mobile Device Smart Kit, which is our tool that introduces users to libraries' tech and digital offerings. So the Smart Kit consists of a stylus pen, microfiber wipe and quick start cards with information on our e-collection apps, wireless hotspots, wireless printing, help services, and the one-on-one helpline.
And these smart kits cost how much?
They are completely free.
That's amazing. They must have loved the packaging because it's not like you can't here's a wipe for your computer. It's really put together in a cute way. Who came up with that?
It was put together by the communications department.
Yeah.
We've got a very talented graphic designer.
Yes, you do, because that really was very cute. So are these going to be available again soon?
Yes, they are available all the time for free at any branch, but we will also be back at Belden Village Mall starting today through January 3rd. And we'll be there answering questions, handing out smart kits if you want to grab a couple for a gift or yourself. You can come in and request.
You know, I was just thinking that what a fun little stocking stuffer. I mean, you have to have kind of a big stocking because it's a sizable kit. But what a fun stocking stuffer or something to give to a child to really be encouraging library use and reading and so forth, and taking advantage of all your services. It's just a great gift idea, and it won't cost you anything. What an idea.
Yes, they're great.
So you'll be at Belden Village beginning today?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Sounds good. You also have something else opening up today. Do you have kiosks, or is that where the smart kit will be?
That'll be the kiosk in Belden Village Mall. I believe we'll be back by Santa again.
We are.
Oh, perfect. All right. And maybe Santa could give you a shout out a little bit as, and point everybody your way.
That's how he was of great help last year.
What should we look for? What does your kiosk look like so we know what to be looking for?
You just look for the digital signs that advertise the smart kits and other library services and upcoming events.
So this obviously was awarded. Everybody said, okay, every library in the country should have these smart kits. You got another award recently?
Yes. We were honored earlier in the year at the PR Exchange with awards for both the mobile device smart kits and our new cardholder email series, which acts as a virtual tour of the library.
Okay, explain that to me. How does that work?
When you come in and sign up for a library card, if you provide your email address, you'll receive 6 emails over the course of a few weeks introducing you to different library services and cool things you can check out, like the mobile device helpline, information on the wireless printing, interesting things you can check out, like the bikes, the Wi-Fi hotspots, all that stuff.
And I'm wondering, for somebody who might be hearing this and they're saying, they are talking way over my head. I don't get technology. Is there help at the library for maybe someone maybe a boomer or an empty nester, and they'd really love to get a little bit more connected? Is there help for that person at the library?
We do. We offer our Book and Experts program, and it's everything from our job searching to digital help and tech help. Those are 3 different fields of which you can get help with. But what they can do is either call directly, or there's an actual form online on our website that they can fill out. And inside there, it will then send directly to me. And from there, I send it out to one of our trainers, and they get immediate help. We can book a 55-minute appointment, or we can talk with them over the phone. We chat with them over email, whatever their field is that they like to talk with people. We can get them help.
That's awesome. Let's go back to job searching. I know Christmas is coming up, but so is New Year's. And a lot of times a resolution is, I'm going to get a new job. What kind of help is available in the job search area? We
can help with resume building, application, filling them out online, and if they have never done an email before, or maybe they want to establish a new one, then we can help them with things like that. Researching field of studies, so if somebody wants to come in and learn more about an occupation before they go and dive in, we can also help them with stuff like that.
And in particular, the company that you're applying to, they like you to know a little something about them, don't they?
They do. And so we have a database, Reference USA, that we can jump right into, and we can give you some great information about that company that you're applying to.
For a person who hasn't looked for a job in 30, 35 years because they got one and stayed there, and now they're retired and thinking, yeah, but I don't want to be retired. they haven't sent out a resume in 35 years. It's completely different today, isn't it?
It is completely different. It's not most often a handwritten or even a typed document. It is in digital format, and it's submitted online. And we do help that. We do.
Do you help with social media like LinkedIn?
Do we work with LinkedIn? Yes, we do. LinkedIn, Indeed. There's a side of Facebook that you can actually use as well. So we do. We do our best to help with the social media aspect as well.
And for those relatives of mine who say, oh, I'll never do social media, what would you say to them?
Oh yeah, sure you will.
You
Sure
can get
will.
help at your library.
You can. We have our digital collection and our tech help that will also help with any of the social media options.
So there's actually a person there that will come beside you and point to what buttons to push.
We have 23 individuals that are specifically trained across our library system that's what they love doing, and that's why they're there.
Now, you said something, Jen, a while back. These innovations, you were talking about mobile. You used the word mobile because fewer and fewer people are sitting at a great big computer to do their online work. It's pretty much all going mobile, isn't it?
It really is. It's a growing way of accessing the library services. People want to access their content remotely and quickly. So on top of the mobile device smart kits, we also have a mobile app available through the library where you can read in app or reserve your books. You can even use the mobile app as your library card.
Okay, I know. I must have made a face there. You can use an app as your library card?
Yes, our mobile app has a digital library card built into it, so you can just scan your phone to check out your materials.
Tell me how this works. So you go and get a library card. So you actually are on file, yes? And then you download the app and you're good to go?
Yep. Or if you don't want to come in and get a library card, you can sign up for an e-card online and use it to access our digital holdings as well.
Blowing my mind now. Okay, so then through that, you can find out what's available. And then are these reserving books that you come in and get, or are you also reserving some online books?
Well, if you want to use it just to reserve online books, all you would ever need is the e-card. But if you want to pick something up, come on in and we'll give you a hard copy, or you use your phone with your library card and scan it.
Okay, I got to do that. I'm going to do that as soon as we're done. I can't wait because I need one more app.
Okay.
Always.
We'll walk you through it.
This is one that will get used a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. Do people still come in and check out books?
Yes.
Okay, there are still people who love that feel of holding something.
I am one of those people.
Are you? Yes. Talk about that.
Well, I go in and on average, I'm checking out 6 to 10 books per week and reading them. I prefer having the book there to thumb through the pages. There's so much more to me about it. On top of just having the story, you also have the memories of everyone else who read this book. You know, sometimes you dog ear pages, you flip through them. I really think you leave something behind when you have an actual physical book with you.
Wow. Well, beside your DNA of having touched those pictures and the pages.
Sometimes you cry while you're reading it. Or,
yes.
And Dee, don't smack me. Sometimes you might spill a little bit of coffee. You know, somebody got excited. There's just, when you first get a book, it's all new and crisp and smells wonderful. But after you've read it so many times, the spine's broken, the pages are gray, and it shows so much love that goes into it.
That is spoken like a true lover of the library.
Oh, yeah.
You found the right field.
All the free books I can carry.
And do you read 6 to 10 a week?
Yes, my record was I read 23 books in 1 week.
In a week?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I'm happy if I do one a week.
I don't clean very often.
Do you cook?
No, my son does.
You don't watch TV, do you?
No, not very often.
No. But, okay, so what's, a great question for people used to always be, have you read any good books lately? And I still have a friend who says, what are you reading? Which you always want to be ready for an answer, and you don't want to have that same answer that you gave them, a month ago. Yes. I'm still on that one. So what's a great book that you've read lately?
Well, I just recently read Origin by Dan Brown. I've liked his other books, including The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, and I thought this was really well done. Following Robert Langdon through his various adventures is always an exciting and stretching experience because there's so much art history involved. So I often walk away with more knowledge about architecture than I anticipated.
Interesting. Would that make a good movie as well as the others
I think
have?
so, if they stick with Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Oh, how can you not? Look at the time. All right, we do need to take a short break. We'll be back with Jen and Dee from the Stark County District Library after these words. You're listening to Our Community.